Hello, children. I hope you must have gone through adrenal glands, learnt the specific hormones, their respective functions, and the differences between Addison's disease and Cushing syndrome. Today, I start with pancreas. Pancreas. It is both a duct gland as well as a ductless gland. Hence, it is called a mixed gland. As a duct gland, it releases pancreatic juice, and as a ductless gland, it has islets of Langerhans. These are hormone secreting cells. Islets of Langerhans, which produce three hormones: insulin, glucagon, and somatostatin. Somatostatin, children, it is not in our syllabus. Insulin is secreted from beta cells and alpha cells secrete glucagon. Again, I remind you, beta cells secrete insulin, alpha cells secrete glucagon. So, pancreas is a mixed gland, endoexocrine in nature. Functions of insulin. It checks rise of blood sugar. How? It promotes glucose utilization by our body cells. And it stimulates the deposition of extra glucose to glycogen. You see, glucose, which is extra in our body, it gets converted to glycogen, which is stored in our liver and muscles. So the main function of insulin, what you're going to write is, checks rise in blood sugar. Deficiency of insulin. Deficiency means when the secretion is less, under secretion, or you may also call it hyposecretion. It leads to diabetes mellitus, which is called sweet urine. Why? Because glucose is passed in urine in case of a diabetic patient. There is high concentration of sugar in blood, which is called hyperglycemia. Hyper means more. So more blood sugar is called hyperglycemia. Now, symptoms of a diabetic patient. What happens to a person when he is suffering from diabetes? There is high concentration of sugar in the blood, which I told you is hyperglycemia. A great deal of urine, which is loaded with sugar. That is why mellitus. Just recall, children, when I was doing excretory system, I had also taught you diabetes insipidus. The word insipidus means tasteless and mellitus means honey, which is sweet urine. So sugar is loaded in urine. That is why it is termed as sweet urine. A person feels thirsty off and on, going for urination, so a person feels thirsty. He loses weight, becomes weak, and in some times or in some cases, a person may lose his vision, which is a side effect in case of diabetes. That is why, children, diabetes is also called a silent killer. It has to be managed thoroughly well. Over secretion of insulin. Hyper secretion of insulin. So, when there is more insulin being secreted by the pancreas, the condition is called hypoglycemia. So, sugar level decreases. The brain may enter a state of coma. This is also referred as insulin shock. That is why sometimes, children, when there is an overdose of insulin, if the sugar level goes very low, the patients are immediately given sugar candy, biscuits, or direct sugar dissolved in water. This is very dangerous situation. Insulin shock, hypoglycemia, when the sugar level becomes very low, it can be fatal to the person. The other hormone secreted is glucagon, which is secreted by alpha cells. Function of glucagon, it raises blood sugar. That is, it stimulates the breakdown of glycogen, which is the storage form, to glucose. So both insulin and glucagon act in a balanced manner. I will stop here, children. With this, pancreas is done. What you will write in your copies is pancreas. It is a mixed gland. The hormones secreted. Functions of insulin. Symptoms of a diabetic patient. And functions of glucagon, as I have underlined. See, children, we are doing one gland at a time. Make sure that you learn it thoroughly well, because this is again a very important chapter for board exam. All the best, children. Take care. Take care of yourselves, your family. Pray daily.